Okay, welcome everyone to our fourth PhilDev Summit. Give yourselves and everyone a round of applause. First, this whole event and the next 3 days of content and this venue and us all getting a chance to be together in person and workshop exciting problems and challenges wouldn't be possible without our fantastic sponsors. This is a community-run event. It is organized by track leads across, I don't even know how many different companies, but probably something like 7 at this point. Probably more if we count our fantastic video and event producer and AV teams and everyone who's making this happen. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this, and a huge thank you to our sponsors. Protocol Labs, the PL Filecoin Impact Fund is the major sponsor of this event, helped us secure this venue. Filecoin Foundation and Secured Finance are both participating as gold level sponsors. And then Ramo, Fluence, and Phil Swan have all jumped in to help sponsor this event, and we'll be sponsoring some of the breaks and other events like Deep Pin Day that are happening tomorrow. So it's going to be awesome. So this is also a wider part of the Phil Brussels gathering here on top of ETHCC happening in Brussels. So if you are excited about Filecoin, there's a ton of other events outside of FDS that are happening. The Filecoin network base has breakfast and coffee and really cute corgis. I really should have my corgi up here. Really cute corgis. So go get your corgi, go check out some of the content that they have over the next couple of days. I think they also have a lot of awesome DPIN content, a lot of compute and AI content. So go and check that out. Get your friend. Otherwise, these are $25 on the Filecoin swag store. I didn't even know we had a Filecoin swag store, but there is one. And so if you have missed out on some of the past corgis, you can go in and get access to them. So I do recommend that. For whom is this your fourth PhilDev Summit? You have been to all 4 PhilDev Summits, including Singapore, Iceland, Denver, and now here in Brussels. Good job, Stefan. Yep, ZX, awesome. Okay, who's this your third PhilDev Summit? Okay, pretty awesome. Second PhilDev Summit? Pretty good. All right, who is this your first PhilDev Summit? Awesome, round of applause for our newbies. Welcome. Well, we are here to orient you. I'm gonna keep it brief since there's like a smaller number of newbies than people who have heard some of the orienteering before, and we'll spend most of our time really talking more deeply about the content and the tracks that are gonna happen later. But I wanted to give you a quick reorientation of how are we gonna utilize this time together and put ourselves in the headset of, hey, we're really focused on workshopping and making new protocol improvements together, onboarding new people into this wonderful community, and utilizing this in-person time to propel and catapult ourselves forward. This is kind of what I hope to cover, give you a really quick reminder of why we have these summits, some of the goals we have for getting together in these builder-oriented venues. This is not a showy, flashy presentation space. This is I want to tell you the new crazy idea I have about how we can make Filecoin better, and I want you to tell me what you think about it, and we're going to workshop it together in practice. This is a builder-oriented event, and we're going to also give you the high-level orientation of logistics, where to find all of the rooms and content, and then we'll do track lead intros. Each track lead is going to come up here and pitch you why you should go to their track and what sort of content you can get out of it. All right, starting with why PhilDev Summit. Filecoin is a massive, diverse, distributed community of many, many teams around the world, and having this in-person time to work together across teams, building new tools, aligning on improvements, sharing knowledge about different domains is super useful, and this in-person time is an opportunity to collaborate on the intersection and push the protocol forward in areas where we need to exchange information or come to consensus about a new upgrade or trajectory. Here's a quick recap of our second PhilDev Summit, which happened in Iceland, and some of the things that you'll probably see throughout the summit as well. Fantastic. Yeah, hopefully, thank you. I don't know of any geothermal rivers here in Brussels, so I think I'm sparing you all the intense community bonding hike to go sit in a very warm river, but with very cold exterior. But we'll get that next time, don't worry. A little bit more about why PhilDev Summit. Reminder, this is a Dev Summit. This isn't the same thing as the kind of more presentation-oriented content that's happening at the network base. This is really for us to work together as a builder community to make Filecoin better. We spend a lot of our time talking about protocol upgrade, trajectory, alignment, new improvements, making to the core fundamentals of this ecosystem, and making sure that we're all pulling in the same direction to make Filecoin better. We spend a lot of time talking about new FIPS, new tools, new things that we're going to deploy on top of Filecoin, identifying opportunities, workshopping challenges. And then also, we have some new friends in our midst. We want to make sure everyone feels welcome. We have a Welcome to Filecoin track and a Filecoin 101 track, where we're also onboarding new contributors, new people who want to be a part of the Filecoin ecosystem and community and get their start here. So we're excited to have you. We're excited to welcome you into our growing family. And build momentum together. We have people from many different teams, a lot of people who have exciting launches on the near-term horizon, and we want to supercharge those as a community and make them more successful. All right, some goals for the summit. Make sure that we are pushing Filecoin forward. Make sure that we're exploring new crazy ideas. Share your knowledge. Share things even as they're fresh and new and we haven't figured them all out. Catalyze action. Part of why we come back together at the end of PhilDev Summits and we recap all of our tracks is to make sure that all of the ideas and conversations we're going to have over the next couple of days actually turn into action, next steps, demos, and hacks. We have an entire day of hacking and unconference and demo time on day 3, which is Thursday, because today's Tuesday. So I've messed that one up like 3 times. But we want to make sure that you actually take action based on all of the crazy new knowledge that we learn and the ideas we discuss here. We want to build really strong relationships. Again, many different teams all collaborating in this ecosystem. If you don't already know each other, this is a great opportunity to make some of those connections that grow stronger over time. Make sure you're also learning. Go to tracks, not just for things that you already know about, but things you're like, what the heck is Storacha? Tell me more about this thing. I'm going to go learn about that. Or what the heck is Filecoin Web Services? If you're excited about that one, it'll be next door right after this. And last but not least, we want to grow our community, grow all of the people who are primed to contribute their knowledge, their expertise, their skills to this ecosystem. A couple potential topics you might like to discuss. This is just an early smattering. I'm sure we're going to come up with 10,000 more, but you could discuss on-chain primitives and interop for hot storage L2s on Filecoin. You could discuss the most recent Filecoin Retro PGF round that completed a month and a half ago or so and help us harness insights to then run the next round that's happening in just a month or 2. We could talk about retrieval tiers and how we're going to track retrieval success rates across different storage deals. We could talk about storage and compute connections and how we can have really easy APIs for compute providers bringing their compute to the storage that's stored across storage providers in a decentralized way so that it's more efficient. So just a couple ideas of things you might want to talk about. I'm sure there are many more and you have your own ideas as well. As a reminder on format, it's an event for builders, so we are going to be having lots of time for Q&A. A lot of our content isn't just presentations, but lightning talks and then workshop space to actually discuss and synthesize the ideas that have been presented. We're not spending much of our time on self-promotion. It's much more like, how do we work together to make this better? How do we actually put these ideas in practice? We want to make connections between you, the builders in this ecosystem. We also, again, on day 3, is completely open right now. There is going to be lots of space upstairs. You can hack. You can work on some demos. You can do whatever you want. You can unconf and jam on an idea together. And I would love to see some people also getting out laptops and doing some demos or hacking on some problems together in our lunches and dinners and breakfast time as well. So make sure that you take advantage of that because in-person time is also a great time to get new ideas flowing between people. Our overall event structure, everything is organized into tracks. We are currently in the opening track. We're going to open this and then send you off in many different directions. It is choose your own adventure. You decide which tracks you want to go to. You decide if you want to go to 7 different tracks within a 3-hour period. If you're not finding a track or a conversation super useful and empowering for you, you don't have to be there. Go to a different track. Go contribute somewhere else. And also make sure that if you don't want to be in any of the tracks and you want to opt into the hallway track, there's often a lot of fun conversations that are happening in this area. And we also have a breakout room right between Royal A and Copenhagen, Stockholm. So there's a little open U-shaped room. If you want to have an impromptu discussion about something in there, you can just post in the Slack channel, anyone who wants to talk about X, we're going to be in there, and go and make it happen. Logistics. Hopefully everyone who's made it this far has already gotten one of these handy dandy little things. If you have a yellow lanyard, that means we are going to try not to take pictures of you. If you are a speaker, please take off your yellow lanyard before you come up and give your talk, because we are going to be recording all of your talks by default, even if you have a yellow lanyard, and we'd like to be consistent, and generally just yellow lanyard means avoid. This is not ideal, but the schedule, the source of truth is at phildev.io/FDS-4. That's where you're going to find this beautiful thing with all the tracks. You can click on each one. You can see what's happening at any given time. Note, we already started a couple minutes late, so we're running a little behind. Schedules do shift. Make sure if you are a speaker, talk to your track lead. Your track lead should be coordinating you to get to the right place at the right time. We also have a Wi-Fi network, PhilDev. The password is PhilDevS4. The Phil is capitalized. The D and S are capitalized. The EV are not capitalized. So I'm going to leave that up for a hot second while anyone, I know we have people who are going to be hacking. They need their Wi-Fi. I apologize. It's not fantastic Wi-Fi, but hopefully it's good enough for pulling in your NPM packages or whatever's needed. We also have a link tree that has pretty much everything you could possibly need, including your handy-dandy POAP for attending the PhilDev Summit. So make sure that you go and take a look at that. If you need anything, if you have any questions about logistics, this is our phenomenal on-site logistics team. We have Uni and Nicole. Uni's in the back waving. You can go ask Uni for anything logistics related. I think Nicole is up at the front desk. We have Daniel, who's probably somewhere doing something very important, and we have Millie, anything AV related. Maybe it's not on the slide, but as a reminder, if you are a track lead or a speaker, we are recording all of this by default. We are going to be publishing all of this by default. We no longer spend a lot of time tracking you down, trying to ask you for your approval. We default publish. So if you don't want your video to be published, come tell us proactively before or after or during this event. Otherwise, all of our videos from this are going to be posted early next week, giving you all sorts of credit for your fantastic ideas and presentations. But if you have any AV-related questions, go talk to Millie. Also, huge thank you to our support and content organization team, James and Marta and Lauren. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Have been herding all the track leads, all the sponsors, all the logistics, all the budget, all of the marketing, all of the everything to make this gathering happen, and inviting all of you into the fold. So big thank you to all of them for making this coordinate successfully. We are here. This is the Radisson Grand Place. There are like 3 other Radissons in the city. If you're telling anyone where you are, this is where we are. But you guys know that because you're here. Specifically, you are in Royal B. I guess 4, technically it looks like 5, but they are 4 different rooms in yellow are the session rooms where there's content. So today, this is going to be the work that Stefan and the compute and AI track is doing. Next door is going to be protocol futures. Stockholm, Copenhagen, I think is Phil Builders. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have the Welcome to Filecoin 101 track, which is next door in Tercicles. But you are right here in Royal B right now, and feel free to wander to whichever track you want. This Brussels room is also the one that is our open discussion space. You can go have a breakout in there. You can go chat and do whatever you want. There's also going to be lunch in the center area, right where breakfast was. There are also fun little screen-printed swags that's going to be available 12 to 4 over in the far corner near the restrooms. And so go and either upgrade your current swag with brand new PhilDev Summit iconography, or they will have some retro Filecoin swag that you can upgrade and customize however you desire. It'll be pretty fun. Note, yes, this is the note. We are going to be recording all of the sessions. They will be up on the Filecoin YouTube page. If you don't want your session recorded, please let us know. Otherwise, it will be up by default. Yes, we also have all of these photos being taken throughout the event. You can see in the link tree and get access to any of the beautiful photos taken of you if you want to then go and include it in any of your tweets about the event. And yes, please do tweet about the event. That'd be great. If you're not already in Phil Slack, you should join Phil Slack. It's filecoin.io/Slack. It's really easy. And join the PhilDev Summit channel. This is where all updates and coordination are going to be happening. And reminder, everything happening at any Filecoin event, but this one as well, abides by our community code of conduct. Treat everyone with respect. Give everyone the time to explain their ideas. Keep any sort of disagreement or conversation about the technical content and merit of the ideas they're sharing. This is a place where we welcome everyone into this communication and community. So be welcoming. Thank you. And if you have any challenges with that, feel free to pull me in, and I'm happy to help. All right, awesome. Thank yous. Big thank you to all of our speakers who have spent probably their plane flights and the last couple of hours working on their slides to share great ideas and content here. So quick round of applause for all of our speakers. And a huge thank you to our track leads. Track leads, I'm going to ask you to start coming up towards me so that we can do our track lead intros in a hot second. But we have Magic, Ken, Orion, Sarah, Tom, myself, Marta, and Stefan. So thank you all. First, this is our very first track. It is almost done. This is the welcome and intro track. It's happening here. It's happening now. Our goal is to orient you and introduce you to the summit. I think we're achieving this so far. We also want to make a couple face-to-face connections. So if you haven't already said hi to your neighbor, say hi to your neighbor. They're your friend now. Cool. And that is the welcome and intro track. Next, Stefan.
Hello, hello, hello. If you want to know more about the intersection between compute and storage, and you want to hear from industry specialists that are currently in the room, like Tina, for example, is going to tell us more about Venice AI, some very interesting new use cases that are utilizing decentralized compute and decentralized storage, then join us. We have a packed agenda. I think there's 16 sessions or so. There's quite a few. So very excited to hear from everyone, from Lit Protocol, Jensen, Swan, Akash, the Venice Project, and many more. So please join us.
And that is happening here, right after this intro track stops. Remember to say where you're going to be and when you're going to be. Just stay. Hold on. All right. Filecoin 101.
Yeah. So if you want to see and learn or hear about all the big things going on in the ecosystem, like Forest, what happens in Philos, what happens in Curio, what happens in Secret Finance, and all the other big things going on, definitely go to Teaser plus that way. And yeah, definitely invite everyone to hear things going on. It's cool.
Awesome. If you're, yes, if you're a newbie, go with Magic that way. Awesome. Empowering developers. Sarah.
Hi, so we have a lot of different teams coming in. If you are building on top of Filecoin, or you know someone who is building on top of Filecoin, you should come for this track. You'll see all the new ideas that have already shipped or are going to ship really, really soon, so you'll get the latest goss. And we'll have some open hack hours to discuss how we can improve the builder experience on Filecoin, which we all know can have way more ways to go. So come over and join this track. It's over that way in Stockholm, Copenhagen. Yeah.
Woohoo. Protocol evolution. Orion.
Yeah, so if you want to immerse yourself in the Filecoin protocol, come to that room right after this talk is finished. We'll get some insights from expert speakers in the protocol. We get some directional talks on Filecoin web services and how that can make Filecoin the DPIN distribution platform. We'll get some insights on how to bridge Filecoin to other chains, the common node interface V1 proposal, how we can bring hot storage to the Filecoin protocol, and much more. We'll also have 2 open discussions and design sessions on-chain incentives and tokenomics. So please join us there until 6 today.
Woo.
Hey everybody, tomorrow we're having the track for Filecoin incentive structures for growing utility and participation. We got an awesome series of rapid fire talks in the morning on Phil Plus, retrieval, public goods funding and retro PGF, as well as deep in liquidity infra. So please come for all of these things, but the thing you should especially come for is going to be the Crypto Econ Round Table at midday tomorrow in Stockholm.
Woo.
Hi everyone, this is actually my first Phil Dev Summit, so I'm
Welcome.
really just going all in. This is, to my knowledge, the first time we're going to have a 100% security content track. So if you want to learn about how to secure your projects or learn about security tooling that's available to you, this is the place to be. We'll also have 2 open workshops, one completely dedicated to incident response and how we can effectively respond to incidents throughout the network. And so if you want to participate in that, that would be great. The other one is around extending our bug bounty program at Filecoin Foundation to make sure that we are supporting projects and teams and developers with that program. We have a bunch of talks from a variety of organizations that are offering tooling, that are offering services to you. So if you want to know how to secure that content, that's the place to be. Tomorrow at Cercle. I got the most complex.
Tersicles. Yes.
However,
10 to 6.
Choose your own adventure.
Tomorrow, that way.
I love that my name is up there, but really this is all
Yeah, I'll step all the time.
Woohoo. Awesome. Community road mapping, we will happen in Stockenhagen tomorrow after the incentives track ends. We're going to be talking about Filecoin's largest challenges and opportunities in 2024, taking stock of our current state, and then spending a chunk of time as a community sharing all of the knowledge of the improvements that are happening across our space, and also brainstorming new initiatives that we can take on together as a group to help continually push Filecoin forward. We'll have a talk by Juan, getting his lay of the land and view about how we are trending towards our long-term Filecoin mission goals. Also spend a lot of time just workshopping together as a group, and then we'll have kind of an open mic to share ideas or things happening on a roadmap and pull some of them into our Filecoin Q3, Q4 roadmap that gets presented at various different places. And that will be happening right before the closing, which I think is actually probably the next one. Closing track. Yes, the closing track will happen here at 6 p.m. on July 10th, which is tomorrow. That is technically day 2 of a day 3 thing. However, we want to make sure that you have time to recap all of the tracks before we send you off into hacking and unconf and demos and all other fun stuff so that you don't forget, and also so that we can use rooms like this, which will be fully taken over by IPFS Camp on day 3. So this is where we will package up our learnings, where all of our track leads will come back up and tell us what people learned and especially what you're going to do based on everything you discussed in your track. And we'll tighten it all up for you so that you know which videos to go watch if you didn't get to be there in person. Marta.
Okay, and continuing the more and more disjointed and kind of orchestrated serendipity, last day we will have unconference, hacking, workshops, demos, or just co-working. We have 3 spaces here on the 7th floor. Upstairs.
On the 7th floor.
Oh, sorry. Here in this building on the 7th floor. There are 3 rooms. Each of them will be devoted, one more kind of comfy to do some unconferencey discussions and hacking and so on and so forth. We'll have one where you can do demos and present. Yeah, there will be also space for workshops. This is honestly, like for you, we've heard during previous dev summits that there isn't enough time to actually connect with people and work with them and so on. So this is your time. In order to make sure that you have that time and actually you announce to people what you're doing and what you want to work for, it would be great if you use that QR code and just submit your plan, right? So it's a very easy table that you fill out. If you don't want to use technology because you're fed up with your laptops, there's also a sign-up sheet in the reception area. So you can do it there. And then just check it before the Thursday
Yeah.
to make sure you join.
We'll show it on Wednesday so that you know all of the options of things to co-work on or demos that you might want to do. And I'm sure some track leads might have like, this conversation really needs another 3-hour workshop. Great, you can do that on day 3. That's why we have it.
Yeah.
Woohoo, cool, thank you. And thank you to our lovely track leads. This is our schedule, this is what you need to go. Find all of this information on the QR code. And you also, since you're here, can also scan our handy dandy PO app so that you can document to the world that you were present, you were here. There's also one of these going to be floating around for IPFS Camp, so you got to stick through for PO app number 2. And we'll also share this during the closing. And wait for phones to disappear. Okay, cool. Awesome. Reminder, we also have a happy hour tomorrow. There's a FDS and DPIN Day happy hour happening tomorrow evening at Delirium Tap House. It'll be fun. There'll be a lot of Belgian beer. We'll get to hang out. If you register, there are drink tokens. Otherwise, you get to buy your own Belgian beer. So definitely do that, and it'll be a really awesome place for us to continue hanging out. Reminder, actually, we didn't have a track session for it, but DPIN Day is going to be happening here and next door tomorrow in these spaces. So all of you guys, feel free to also go to all of the great DPIN Day content. I will be speaking there. I'm sure a lot of other people will as well. And Fluence and Web3 Mine, and I'm sure they have a couple other sponsors, are helping host that event, and there'll be a lot of really great interop with decentralized storage as well. Woohoo! Okay, cool. Welcome and intro check. Now we are going to send you all off to all of your tracks. Reminders, Stefan's track is happening in here. Orian's track is happening next door. Magic's track on Welcome to Filecoin is happening over there. And then, who's the last person? Sarah, Builders, Phil Builders is happening in Copenhagen, Stockholm. So you are done. Feel free to stand up and go wherever you want to go. Woohoo!